There once lived a wise woman who had two earthen pots. Every morning, as soon as the sun rose, she walked from her home to collect water in the two pots. The pots were of the same shape and size, but one pot was perfectly formed, while the other had a crack on its side. The woman went every day to the river and filled both the pots with water to their brims. But by the time she returned, one pot was still full to the brim, but the other with a crack remained only half full. For years, the cracked pot looked at the other pot and felt ashamed of its own defect. It felt so unworthy due to its inability to perform the job for which it had been created. Eventually, the pain and the shame that it felt about its own imperfections became too much for it to bear. So one day, as the woman knelt beside the river and began her usual task of filling the pots with water, the cracked pot found its voice and said, "For so many years, I have watched you fill me with water, and I can only imagine what a fruitless task it must be for you. For whenever we return home, I am only ever half full. But the other pot is perfect. Rarely does it lose a drop of water. But me, I am far, far from perfect." The woman listened to these words compassionately and then sweetly said to the pot, "I always knew about the crack on your side, but I never saw it as an imperfection. On the contrary, you have been adding untold beauty to this world and to my life." The cracked pot was puzzled at hearing this and wondered what her words meant. So gently holding the pot, the woman said, "For too long, you have been looking down and comparing yourself to others. Today, on our way back home, I want you to look up and to your side, okay?" The cracked pot agreed. So on the return journey, the cracked pot looked up and looked out. He saw that along the path they traveled, there was a dazzling array of beauty, color, and life. There were plants with lovely flowers and delicious fruits. The cracked pot was amazed, and it asked the woman how all of this appeared. And the woman said, "All of this appeared only because you were different from the other pot. Through the crack on your side, this path could receive water every day. And today, the path thanks you, for it is resplendent with beauty, only because you were different from the other pots." My dear friends, many times in life, don't you tell yourself the false story that you are of no use? Don't you compare with others and often feel that you aren't as good as them? But why compare to others? You have your own unique strengths and potentials. And to unleash them, you must at once change the negative story that you have been telling yourself. Because when you see yourself in a positive light, you will do wonders in this life. Thanks for watching. And if you find inspiration in wise words and stories, please subscribe to my channel for more and stay simply wise.